Hi everyone, today is Friday, June 14th, and today I got the ewes up out of the pasture because I'm selling off the percentage ewes, and so while I had them up here, I thought I'd show you the full-blood registered Ile-De-France ewes that I brought in from Canada, and two of the daughters I saved back from them, and then after that we'll take a look at the ewes that are going to be kept to produce purebred lambs for next year's lamb crop. So let's take a look. Unfortunately, we got some shading effect going on, but we'll move them around enough here that you should be able to see, and I'll get some different angles of them. I guess I could probably shut this gate here while we're taking a look, and it'll help. And then I'll kind of go through the color lines of what's here. This big ewe here, she's a 2-year-old green line. Some of my lines I actually have the color tag right in their ear, and some I don't, but that one's green, the one next to her is green, that one's green. This 66H ewe right there, she'd be my yellow line. She's a nice broody 4-year-old ewe. That one on the outside there would be my pink line. She's a 3-year-old. Here's a blue and a green, and that one is a green. There's more 2-year-old ewes in here than there is any other age. Green one right there. This 011J right here, she would be my red line, or excuse me, it's 015J, but 11J is in here, and she's also red, but this is her right there. 24H looking straight on at us. She would have been the pink line. This one right here in the corner is last year's lamb, so she's a yearling, and she's that white line that I talked about in my keeper ewe lamb pen. This is her sister from last year, and I'll show you their mother. This is her in the corner, this 78, and she's the embryo transfer ewe that they brought out of the tank from probably about 20 years ago, I'm guessing by the paperwork. But that's her, so she's my white line, and then that ewe that I just showed you, that yearling, and then her daughter this year was in my keeper pen, so that will be my white line. There, that one right there is my purple. That's one of the purple line. And there's another purple one in here. That purple line came from Keith Todd, so that ewe was from Keith Todd. And I was trying to locate the other, oh, there she is. This one right here. Now she's looking at us and moving around. That would be my other purple line. So that one also came from Keith Todd. There's only 2 ewes in here. The rest all came from Karen Banow. Here's an orange. So you can see that they've been weaned a while and it's out on grass, and they're pretty darn good shape. That one purple one I showed you, she's a little bit thinner because she didn't lamb till April 2nd, so she hasn't been weaned and out there in grass very long. But I'm very happy with them. Like I said, these are the full-blood registered stock I imported from Canada, except for the 2 ewe lambs I raised off of them, but they'd be bred the same way, my first lamb crop from there. There's one other young ewe in here I can show you, and she's actually a yellow line, and she is actually right here. So she was last year's lamb, and she's a yellow line. This one right here, yellow line yearling. So I ended up getting the most of the green line, so there's 9 of the green line and 7 of the blue line. That's why you see more of them and more of the lambs. I tried to buy a little bit more even lines, but then it didn't end up working out, so I got smaller amounts of some lines than others. But eventually I want to grow to where all the lines are a little more even, There's another orange line right there. She's the one that I think is my nicest in the orange line. Nice rump on her, medium size, pretty thick ewe. There's that yellow 66H right there, yellow line again. Well, here's the other sister to that pink line I showed earlier. They were actually triplet sisters, so they're both 3-year-olds, and they make my pink line. And there was the other one that was the sister, that other pink line. There's the red again. Here's a nice green line ewe right here. And then here's another green line ewe. If anyone saw my ram video, the green 7 ram was very well liked, and this is the mother to him. She had twins. Here's a yellow line. She had triplets last year and twins this year. She's a 3.5-year-old ewe because she was fall born. So she actually was born a single, but she was in the fall when she was born. So then her first lambing at about 1.5 years had twins, then triplets, then twins. So she's been pretty productive. One thing I do like about the blue line is there are some of the ewes that even are, like right there, starting to get that wrinkle in their nose like the rams do, but even as a ewe. And so I'd say my blue line probably has the most Ile-De-France looking head on them. But this is all of them that I have anyway from there, and then you saw all the ewe lambs that I'm keeping, but I'd say they're a pretty nice group of ewes, and they were definitely worth me importing and bringing down here. It was quite the process to get it all approved and deal with our government, but so far I'm happy I did. There's another orange line right there with the blue next to her. Oh, there's that other red line. I was looking for that 011J. She's a nice ewe, and she raised a really nice set of twins last year and this year. There, had to get around that lighting. If I go just right, it's a lot better. But like I said, there's more blue and green in here, so I'm not showing every one of them, but you can tell them by their tags. So if you see a blue in their ear, that's the blue line, and the green's the green line, and then orange was the other one, and then yellow, if the backing, like that one, there's the yellow line with the tag and the back of it is both yellow, 38. Then she's a yellow line, but there's two like that one that have a yellow tag but a black back. Then those are the purple from Keith Todd. So just some tags I had left, but I used a different back color so that way I could keep them straight. And then Karen used those great big cattle tags, the one-piece Z tag, which they're nice because you can read them from a distance, but that's why I don't have a color in them. But I know these ewes like the back of my hand now after having them for 1.5 years, so I can tell just by looking at the number what line they're from. But hopefully you can see them pretty good on the video. If not, anyone's always welcome to come take a look here at the farm. They're always better to see in person, but I think you've probably seen them pretty good. And then I'm gonna climb over the fence here and I'll show you the ewes that I'm keeping back that would have been either from Terry in Illinois or some of his daughters that would have been fall born out of those ewes. And these are going to be the only other ewes I'm keeping back that'll be producing the purebred lambs for next year's lamb crop. So the ewes themselves wouldn't be all purebred. Like that one right there, she just made the purebred status. She just got to 15/16, but she was one of them fall ones. But otherwise, there's quite a few from him that are 7/8. So then, like that ewe right there, that's the one in my Keeper Ewe video. I showed that she raised that nice set of triplet ewe lambs. So for raising 3 even lambs, see the body condition on her still? That's what I like about this breed. So she raised them, went to grass, and she still looks that good. But anyway, I was starting to say her and a lot of these other ones, they're 7/8. So then when they have their lambs, they'll be 15/16 be purebreds. But like that yellow 5 right there, she's already a 29/32, so she's got more of the Ile-De-France blood in her than most of them that I got from Terry. So I'm selling down to where I only have the ones that are going to be producing 15/16 or higher percentage purebreds for next year's lamb crop, and then obviously my full blood registered stock from Canada. And I'm excited with that group of ewe lambs I showed you. And next year's lamb crop should be pretty nice with all these same ewes I had and them fall-born ones in here. So they'd be about 1.5 years old now and raise nice lambs this year. So they'll be more mature. So they'll be producing nice lambs for me next year. And then with that set of keeper ewe lambs I had, it'd be pretty nice. Hopefully the sun cooperated that you could see the video decent. And then real quick, I'll spin over here in the cattle shed and we'll take a look at the percentage ones that are going to go down the road today. They're still a nice set of ewes, they just are averaging around 3/4 Ile-De-France. So these are the ones I'm selling, so that way I can make room for all those new ewe lambs. Like this one right here, she has fin in her, so you can tell she's taller, leggier. They just don't have that same look, and they don't hold their condition quite as good. But there's a few that have the higher percentage of Ile-De-France, like that one right there. She's a 7/8, but she's so plump because she's had 3 singles, so I just decided anything that's not going to have twins in those first 3 years of their life, that I'm going to part ways with them and try to have a little more maternal flock. But just wanted to show you what I was selling today, so you can kind of see what the mothers would have looked like for a lot of those lambs that got sold down at Kelowna. So they're still nice ewes and they still sold for good money, but I just want to focus on purebred and full blood registered Ile-De-France and sell my breeding stock from them. Thanks for watching, and if you want to continue to see what the flock looks like, check back later. And like I said, I'm going to have the rams up out of pasture sometime and mark them and explain what the different lines are. I was going to mark those other ewes today, but with having hotter weather than we've been having and this guy coming to pick these up here pretty soon, I didn't think I had time. So I thought I would just kind of explain them and that'd probably be good enough. The gist of it is that you're seeing what the flock looks like in that group, and then if anyone wants to buy certain bloodlines, then we can get down to more what each line looks like and what they're throwing. Have a good day. Thanks. Bye.